In the world of football, few stories have captured as much attention as that of Achraf Hakimi and his ex-wife, Hiba Abouk. Hakimi, one of the fastest defenders on the planet, rose from humble beginnings in Spain to global stardom with Paris Saint-Germain and Morocco's national team. By his side was Hiba, a Spanish-Tunisian actress celebrated in her country, admired for her elegance and respected for her talent. On the surface, they were the perfect couple: fame, fortune, and family. But in 2023, everything changed. What started as a marriage full of hope turned into one of the most controversial divorces in sports history.
In 2018, Hakimi, then a young footballer on loan at Borussia Dortmund, met Hiba, who was already a well-known actress. Despite their age gap, Hakimi was only 21 and Hiba 32, there was chemistry. Just 2 years later, in 2020, they were married. Soon after, they welcomed 2 sons into their lives. Their social media painted the image of a dream family: vacations in exotic destinations, glamorous red carpet appearances, and touching moments on the sidelines of Hakimi's football matches. Yet behind the filters and smiles, cracks were already beginning to form.
In March 2023, Hiba announced publicly that she and Hakimi were separating. She stressed that the decision had been made long before the media storm that followed. She wanted peace. He needed space. But the news of their split was only the beginning. That same month, French prosecutors revealed that Hakimi was under investigation for rape. A 24-year-old woman had accused him of assault at his home outside Paris. Hakimi denied the allegations, insisting he was the victim of blackmail. For Hiba, the situation was devastating. She would later admit, "It was one of the hardest times of my life." Yet she emphasized that her decision to divorce had come before the scandal. In the weeks that followed, rumors began to dominate headlines. The most shocking claim was that Hakimi had no assets in his own name. Reports circulated that all his wealth, luxury houses, expensive cars, jewelry, even his multi-million euro salary, was registered under his mother's name. According to the viral story, when Hiba demanded 10 million euros in the divorce settlement, she was told there was nothing to take. Social media exploded. Memes spread like wildfire. Some praised Hakimi for being clever, others mocked Hiba, painting her as greedy. In reality, the truth was more complicated. Hakimi had long entrusted his finances to his mother, even before his marriage. She had managed his money since he was a teenager, starting out at Real Madrid's academy. Legal experts later clarified that the viral claim that Hiba walked away with nothing was exaggerated and even originated from a parody account. Yes, his mother oversaw his assets, but the narrative that Hakimi secretly moved everything to avoid sharing wealth was false. Still, the story had already spread worldwide, cementing itself in public opinion. In response, Hiba spoke out. She expressed frustration with the way the media and fans had portrayed her, saying, "It is a macho, misogynistic world. I was more famous than Achraf when we met. To paint me as someone who only wanted money is cruel." She explained that what she went through was not only about finances, it was about dignity, trust, and betrayal. For her, the divorce became an emotional battle as much as a legal one. She admitted she suffered from low self-esteem, struggled with depression, and faced immense public scrutiny. Over time, she rebuilt her confidence and even returned to television, competing on MasterChef Celebrity in Spain as a way to start fresh. In Hakimi's own words, "The period was the hardest of my life." He admitted that during his marriage, he accepted things he would never accept now. The entire ordeal left him deeply guarded, and in a moment of vulnerability, he confessed, "It's hard for me to trust, except for my mother." For many, this statement explained why he had always relied so heavily on his mother to manage his life and finances. In the aftermath, both Hakimi and Hiba took different paths forward. On the field, Hakimi continues to thrive, remembered for helping Morocco reach the 2022 World Cup semifinals, a historic achievement. Off the field, however, he is more private, more cautious, and more aware of who he allows close to him. Hiba, on the other hand, is focused on her career and her children. She has described herself as stronger than ever, determined not to let the past define her future.
In the end, the story of Achraf Hakimi and Hiba Abouk is more than a divorce. It is a reflection of how fame magnifies personal struggles, how misinformation can twist public perception, and how two people can be forced to rebuild themselves under the harshest spotlight. Hakimi may never fully trust again. Hiba may always carry scars from the scrutiny. But both are determined to keep moving forward. Because in the end, love stories may fade, scandals may pass, but life and legacy always continue.